Hey guys, it's 258. Welcome back to Your Family and You, Chapter 3 this time. It's called You and Your High Horse. Last time, we left off with Piracy choking on something? I'm pretty sure. Don't know. Anyways, let's hop right into it because I'm having fun. It wasn't long before Ebony returned with a few clumps of crushed up charcoal and a bright blue potion. Mixing the ingredients together, we managed to stop Piracy retching long enough to swallow the concoction. It stopped her heaving, but the bubbles of greenish soap kept coming. In the end, Ebony had to take her to the hospital to get her stomach pumped. Taking up with cooking, I assured her that I'd finished making breakfast and leave her portion in the fridge for later. Completely lost in thought, I barely tasted the food as I ate silently at the table, washing everything down with a glass of orange juice. I left dishes in the sink for later. Upon exiting the kitchen, I noticed that the library wasn't empty anymore. There, split out on the couch with her wings flared wide open, was Primrose. Bandages still covered her body, the largest concentration being around her chest and neck. Her eyes were slightly bloodshot and unfocused as she stared into the distance. Smoke wafted from her lips as she sighed heavily. Her ear twitched as I entered the room, and she slowly turned her head in my direction. It seemed to take a few moments for her to focus, but when she did, her glazed eyes narrowed. You shouldn't be up and about yet," she said, although it was more of a question. Her words were slurred as if she was speaking with a swollen tongue. "You're supposed to be resting. Twilight's not going to be happy." "Neither will I if I have to stay cooped up much longer," I said, minding my leg. I limped over to the occupied couch. "I'll take any annoyance from Twilight over my own boredom any day." I leaned down and tapped her hind leg. She blinked once before sliding over and allowing me to collapse back onto the couch, onto the cushions with her. Besides, I continued, "It's not like I'm out hiking or roughhousing. I think I'm allowed to move around my own house." "I suppose," Primrose hummed, and more smoke trickled from her nostrils, followed by a sweet yet heavy scent. I glanced over at her and crinkled my nose. "Geez, that stuff is strong. What the hell is it?" I paused before adding, "How high are you right now?" How high are you right now? I love it. Primrose, you bat pony, you. She was silent for a moment before lifting a small smoking joint up her wing. "The healers prescribed it," she said slowly. "Before I left Candlelight, it's supposed to help deal with the pain." She stares at the smoking tip before a small frown touched her lips, but I think they might have prescribed too much. Rolling it around in her wing fingers, she studied it before taking a pull. "It's good though," she said, smoke bellowing from her lips. "It makes me feel less like shit." "Don't like feeling like shit." "Son of a bitch," I muttered as the sweet swelling smoke filled the air. Waving a hand in front of my face, I tried to stave off the haze. "That's some strong stuff. I'm feeling lightheaded just from the contact high. Fuck." "Sorry," Primrose slurred, giving me a lopsided apologetic smile. "Sorry, it's only until the wounds have healed, okay?" Lifting a hoof, she ran it gingerly over the bandages on her chest. Just a few more weeks, right?" "If you say so," I said, letting my head fall back against the couch cushions. I stared up at the ceiling, silence filled the room as we both sat there, listening to the faint noises coming from outside. Bird song, pony laughter, and the sounds of foals playing. We stayed up that way for a few minutes before Primrose suddenly shifted beside me. She winced, a hoof pressing up against her chest. Before inhaling slowly, her nostrils flared and some spark of cognition returned to her gaze. I never did get to thank you for what you did," she mumbled. Rolling my head around, I glanced at her out of the corner of my eye. "What?" "I never did thank you," she repeated slightly louder, but just as slurred as before, "for saving my life and all, with the whole drinking your blood thingy." She fidgeted. I wonder wings twitch against my set. "It's just, thanks, I guess." "Oh yeah!" Spoilers if you guys haven't heard of the last story. Yeah, that happened. My boy Max out here. I just stared at her for a few seconds before turning to my gaze. "Listen, I wasn't gonna let you die," I said. "I wasn't going to just let you bleed out there in front of me. You needed blood. I had blood." "Yeah, well, still," she frowned. "There aren't many ponies out there who would be willing to, go to that sort of length, especially not for a Sang or Sangurian. Fuck it, I still forget how to say the Sangurian. For a vampire, let's just go with that." She takes another hit before continuing in the cloud of smoke. "Blood drinking makes them nervous. Takes more than just drinking your blood to turn you into a vampire. But other ponies just can't see it." Her ears play back and she sighs. Try to bring it up to an old clock friend, and he just clocked at me in the mouth and ran off screaming. Hard for Sangurians to be themselves around non-Sangurians. "Don't label yourself," I huffed. "You're not just a Sangurian. You're Primrose. You're a pony with strange parts, just like the other ponies who also have strange parts like horns and wings. Gina placed a hand on her head and weakly began to scratch behind her ears. "But most importantly, you're a friend, and if it came down to it, I'd be willing to do it all again." I felt her wings twitch again, and she slowly draped it over my leg. I still thanks. What can I say?" I shrugged. "I'm greedy. I didn't want to lose a friend." "Just accept the damn gratitude." "Fine," I grumbled. "You're welcome." No, my boy is gonna be my boy, alright? Our boy needs to be himself, so don't you dare make him however you want him, Primrose. We lapsed into silence again. A warm breeze snuck into the room from an open window, stirring Primrose's smoke and dissipating it around the room. I was able to get another good whiff of the sweet-smelling aroma and the smell left me feeling lightheaded. The room spun slightly. God damn it, I grimaced. That stuff is strong, and that's just the smell alone. Primrose is the one there over there smoking the stuff. Another waft tickled my nose. I'm surprised she can even have a conversation right now. I paused, and the grimace turned to pan as I continued to stare up at the ceiling. The gears in my head turned, and slowly a smirk worked its way across my face. Continuing to gently scratch Primrose's head, I spoke up. Hey Prim, an ear twitch, and a hum was the only response I got. I've got a question for you. I continued. The ear twitched again, and this time she turned her head in my direction, glancing down. I saw she was giving me a curious look. Yeah, she slurred. I was just wondering, if you drop the soap on the bathroom floor, does the floor get clean or does the soap get dirty? There was a moment of stillness, but then I felt her tense beneath my hand. As her mind finally registered what I asked, her bloodshot eyes widened. Max, no, don't. Ignoring her pleas, my smile grew. Which orange came first, the color or the fruit? Max, don't do this, please. I can't right now. Okay, I sighed dejectedly, only to then ask, who put the alphabet in alphabetical order? Primrose jerked slightly, trying to get away from me, but failing. Instead, she ended up draped over the armrest. Max, please don't do this to me. I thought we were friends. But why is there a D in fridge, but not in refrigerator? No, she whines weakly, reaching up and putting her hooves over her ears. No, why do you do that? My boy having fun. I have no idea what you're talking about, I said as I scratched my beard. There was a pause. If you got out of the shower clean, then why does your towel get dirty? No! Holding onto her side, Primrose wrapped her wings around herself and began to rock back and forth, unable to hold back any longer. I burst out laughing. Primrose pouted, her ears folding against her head as she glared at me. I hate it when you do this, she yelped. It's just, unfurling her wings, she floated her hooves at me, slapping me weakly on the arms. No, it's in my head, you bucker, it's in my head. I was enjoying myself, but now I'm going to think about for the next few hours is why towels get dirty. I paused for my laughter during her tirade, only to start laughing again after. However, it quickly turned into a gasp of pain, and I placed my hand against my chest. Serves you right, Primrose grumbled as I wheezed and coughed. Well, whatever, I grunted. I guess I deserved it, rubbing at my chest. I took a deep breath, only to wince in pain again. Ugh, motherfucker. Your ribs, Primrose asked? Yeah, I mumbled, grabbing the pillow. I held it against my stomach, still bruised. The first few days had been the worst. Back then, it hurt to even breathe. Now, though, everything was fine, so as long as it didn't laugh or cough or yawn or breathe too deep. My boy. Actually, it was still fucking annoying. It took a moment to get control of my breathing again. Settling back down against the couch cushions again, I blinked in surprise as Primrose proffered the blunt to me. Helps with the pain, she said with a shrug. I stared at the smoking joint before taking it in my fingers, giving it one last look. I sniffed before slipping the butt between my lips. A small pull on it, and my mouth was filled with a heaty, earthen flavor, and it trickled down my throat and quickly spread through my chest. I held my breath for a moment before exhaling in a burst of smoke. Almost immediately, I could feel a tingling sensation sneaking up my arm. Lifting it up, I stared at the hand, only for my eyes to widen when my vision doubled. Oh boy. We high now. Let's go. No, that's just, you're lying, I slurred. My eyelids felt heavy, and there was a pleasant, fuzzy feeling in my brain. Lifting the arm was hard, as the limb felt several pounds heavier than it should have been. You're just making shit up. Yeah, that's it. No, I swear, I'm telling the truth, Primrose said, making pacitating motions with her hooves. It's totally true. No, it can't be, I giggled. You're lying. No, really, Primrose whined. I swear, I could taste more things before I became a Singerian. I've said this word before, but I can't say it again. Became a vampire. A vampire, basically. My brow furrowed, but that doesn't make any sense. I know, Primrose said, pressing her forelegs against her cheeks, but it's true. I swear to the maker, everything had more flavor when I was a normal Pegasus, like salads actually had taste to them. Tomatoes, sweet Celestia, I used to love the taste of tomatoes. But tomatoes don't have a taste, I informed her rather loudly. Mare, I don't know how to explain it, Primrose grumbled. I just remember that only the one day tomatoes tasted like tomatoes, and now they barely have any taste, like it at all. It's like batting water. She sighed heavily and fell back against the armrest. It's super disappointing. Yeah, it's like I have a wax coating on my tongue. Nothing has the wonderful flavor anymore. Except for blood, I offered. Except for blood, she agreed with a nod. Silence fell for a moment before I asked, wait, so why don't you, put blood in your mouth, put blood in your food then? This caused her to pause. What? Well, I wave my hands about in front of me animated, just like those weirdos, right? The ones that put ketchup on everything to give it flavor. Or those people that need to put hot sauce on anything bland. Just, running a finger over my wrist, I made an exploding noise as I mimicked blood flying everywhere. Just season your food with blood, right? It doesn't actually make sense if you're a vampire, but it doesn't work that way, she says, although it's more of a question than a statement. Her eyes darted back and forth lethargically before she shook it. No, it wouldn't work. Like, if you put ketchup on some fries, it doesn't make the fries taste more like fries, it just makes them taste like ketchup. Oh, I scratched my head. Well, what if you use blood instead of water than when growing tomatoes? Ben was blinked. What? Like, what if you made a tomato garden, right? I asked. And what if instead of water, you use blood to water them, blood of them? Or, but yeah, wouldn't like that put flavor in them? Because instead of tasting watery, they'll have blood, which has flavor to it. My fingers wiggled strangely as I spoke, and it took me a moment to realize I was also signing in hoof language, not sure what to do with them. I just sat on my hands to silence them. That, Primrose said slowly, her eyes downward before suddenly opening wide. That's brilliant. Her wings fluttered, bony fingers twitching and jerking about sporadically. That would be what we need to get tomato seeds in a garden and some blood. But where do we get tomato seeds? I asked. We need a pony who's good with plants. Primrose hummed. At the moment, the front door clicked before swinging open. Ebony stood in the doorway with a pirate seed perched happily upon her back, holding her ears. She had a small medical smock, and a hospital band was around her wrist. Ebony made to step into the library, only to pause upon seeing me and Primrose staring at her. Her eyes widened. Oh no! I've seen that look before. No, Buck. No, whatever it is. No, I'm out. No way. Not gonna happen. She showed off, gaze darting back and forth between our grinning faces before saying, "I'm going to get this." Primrose and I tried to hold it in, but within seconds we both dissolved into painful laughter. The end. I don't think that's gonna work though, to be honest. Like, they're both high. This is an experiment, but I don't think it's gonna work. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching and listening. How you guys doing? I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
100,000 stories have filled my head as I look for the answers in what I